That's the dang question.
Just a tiny bite. My mouth is on fire.
There was such a huge jump between the last one and this one.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? With Brainerd Area Youth for Christ, I'm Ben Hansen, and you're watching our very own Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings, and I am joined today by Micah Moyer and Isabel, or as she is better known, Ibby Erfurth. Both Micah and Ibby have been active on the Dream Team for several years before stepping up into the position of core leaders, and we're happy to have them with us today. Thank you guys so much for joining us on the show.
So happy to be here.
So I wanted to be able to say so happy to be here.
So as you guys are looking at these wings in front of you, how comfortable are you each with scaling the Scoville scale? Like, what's your comfort level around spicy food?
I tend to do kind of well with spicy food. I don't prefer spicy food, certainly. I don't think burning my mouth for pleasure is, good, but...
I've kind of been known in my family about not being able to handle spice. I think I've slowly gotten better, but not a whole lot. So we'll be testing that.
Yeah, we'll see how much you've improved as we dive into it.
When in doubt, entertainment. I'm kind of hungry, so I might just...
I know, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, eat the wings while they're a little bit
while
milder
they're bearable.
down here. Mm-hmm. So both of you, as I mentioned before, you've been on the Dream Team for several years before your current status as core leadership experience members. And so as you're thinking back on all of your Dream Team memories and experiences, do either or both of you have a specific Dream Team memory that you really feel like encapsulates and summarizes your Dream Team experience as a whole?
Oh, dang, I don't know. The retreats I really enjoy because we get to know each other, and it's a lot of team building. That's kind of where a lot of my cliques started, being that I didn't know a whole lot of people. It was nice. But, I mean, obviously the rallies, like preparing for that and then executing it. So.
Mm-hmm. I mean, definitely, yeah, the retreats are pretty freaking awesome, especially this one past year. It was really great. Really good opportunities to bond with the team a little more. Especially meetings, just being together and being in that community. I don't know, a lot of us don't really know each other that well, but at least at the start of the year, and then we just slowly grow into more and more closer as friends, so.
So Ibby, you are recognized by your family and friends as being a talented musician, with being adept at playing instruments ranging from piano to guitar and vocals as well. So as a musician, what could you say now, in a time when it is kind of popular to hate on country music and to look down on it and view it as not as good as the rest of music, what would you say that the haters are missing out on?
I kind of sound silly. I think the storytelling. That's one of my most favorite things about most country songs. A lot of it is the storytelling, like with Dolly Parton and Johnny Cash, and listening through those. And then I also like the instruments. It's kind of fun. He has acoustic guitar and banjo and fiddle and all that fun stuff.
Feeling confident for the rest of the wing challenge?
For the rest of the wing challenge?
This time a question for you, Mr. Moyer. Whether it's attending or working at one, there's seldom a summer in memory that you haven't been involved in some kind of summer camp. And so thinking back through your various camp memories, what do you think is unique about summer camps, and why are they so endearing and important to so many people?
I definitely regret taking a second bite at that. I've, like Ben said, I've spent most of my summers just at camp, whether it's as a camper or just serving at a camp. But I definitely feel that God uses camp to connect to so many hearts, because it's a fun place, which is kind of like what we do here at YFC. We allow a fun place and then kind of just hey, Jesus is here. And a lot of kids come to camp just for the fun activities, and then they're whoa, Jesus is here. That's really cool. And so, I don't know, that's just kind of my favorite thing about camp.
Speaking of meaningful experiences and fun, I have heard rumors that YFC is planning a party in the very near future. Do you guys have any information on the inside scoop about that?
We do have our next one upcoming, which is on October 12th, not 12th, 28th, 19th. What's
it
on the
19th?
19th?
October 19th?
What's on that date?
Oh, you're right. No, it's
not
28th.
October, is it?
It's just spice.
Our next one is on October 28th, and we will be doing some sort of Halloween party where there will be fun activities and costumes of some sort. So we'll keep you updated on that.
Wing number 5 with this is the violent hippie, right?
Violent bee.
No, it's a little bit of a jump with this one. But still good flavor.
That was good, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Until
Until it settles.
Until it settles in a
That's
little bit.
enough of that one.
So, this is the segment of the show called Explain That Gram, where we've done a deep dive on our guests' Instagrams and Facebooks and social medias and found a picture that requires more explanation. So for each of you, I have found at least one. So Ibby, would you mind explaining
first.
this picture to us?
Oh.
What's the
I can
story
explain
behind
that
this one?
That's a cool one. That is when my brother and my dad and I went caving. Caving. And yeah, that was our first real caving experience. Like we went on guided tours, like with a big group. But this one was just Ethan, my older brother, and my dad, and then my dad's friend who went caving. And we got to see this cool fungus forming, and it was really neat to see like the different things living down there.
And for the picture that we need to have Mr. Moyer explain, this was a particularly deep dive. And what is the story behind this picture, Mr. Micah?
That was okay. So basically, from our great grandparents, when they were cleaning out like a storage unit or like cleaning out some of their storage or whatever, we found like this wooden boomerang that I really tried getting to work, and one day it did, and I wasn't really expecting it. So as boomerangs do, they came back.
A valuable lesson to learn.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, the real flex is I got it to come back. Like none of my brothers got it too. So.
So for our next question, each of you have been helping out with a fairly new thing in YFC's history, which we're calling the open hours at the YFC Junction. For those of you who may not know what that is, would you care to explain?
Open hours, we started that about a year ago in September. And it's just here at the junction. Kids come after school, or if you're homeschooled, you can come and do homework, and it's a great spot. We have a bunch of games, tabletop games, card games, board games, group just games, some that we've made up, and we've had kids come when needing help with math and science and what else? Really, it's just a bonding moment with the kids. I enjoy it. It's a nice, I don't know, to just hang out.
Anything you'd like to add to that, Micah?
Yeah, it's just for any middle school and high school kids, whether you go to Brainerd or whether you're homeschooled or any other school in the area. Feel free to just swing on by, hang out, have some popcorn, and just have this community here. Open hours are on every Tuesday and Thursday from 2 to 5.
We're halfway through the wings. How are you guys feeling so far?
I'm alive.
You're alive.
We're
Not a hand on the water or the milk so far either. Are you trying to hold out for the end yet?
We'll see how it goes.
All right. Mr. Elvis, isn't it?
I'm really excited for this one, actually. That's some burning love right there.
Burning Love with Elvis. Relating to the picture that you just explained for us, as a seasoned spelunker, would you say that there are any kind of wisdom principles or skills or life lessons that you've learned in your caving experiences that you think that people would do well to apply to their daily lives?
One big one is if you are coming to so I'll just use a cave just to get the picture out. If you're coming to a point in the cave where there's a big crevice and you have to climb over it, or if there is something that is just seems like a little bit beyond your reach, don't be afraid to try it. But if you think that, yep, I can't do that, it's okay to just rewind or go back, learn how it's done, and then at a future date, try again.
Yeah, don't be afraid to go back, train up those skills, figure out what's necessary to tackle the obstacle, and then go back to it later.
Don't push yourself too much where you're gonna fall.
It's like these wings.
Speaking of where we're gonna fall, wing number 7 is up next. The bomb. Is an angrier red than the rest of them, but cheers.
God, smell that.
A really big bite. I regret that.
No, you should understand with this one, it's instant, and it's a little rough. Ride the waves of it a little bit. There'll be a half-life. You'll be okay.
Just ask the dang question.
It's too late. My mouth is on fire.
There was such a huge jump between the last one and this one.
Impressive. All right. This question is actually going to be for you, Mr. Micah. Maybe you get
Perfect.
to ride this one out. Mr. Micah, I've been told that you have warming up Krispy Kremes down to a science. How did you figure that out, and what is the proper time to put a Krispy Kreme in the microwave?
So, after lots of trial and error, you need to. It's typically about 8 seconds from room temperature. But
It's terrible, I know.
from what I'm thinking the story is referring to, it's the time I put a donut in the microwave. I wasn't sure what time to put it in for, and so put it in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I started it, and much like my mouth, it was burned.
What is the proper amount of time to put a Krispy Kreme in the microwave for to warm it up?
8 seconds. Just put some hot sauce on it. It'll cook instantly.
How are each of you feeling?
I'm crying.
Nobody's touched milk, though. It's
I
impressive.
will suffer through this.
Eventually,
I will not be the first to break. Maybe, we'll see.
I want Ibby to be the first to do it, so I don't have
We got
to.
a little bit of competition driving us forward here. We only have 2 wings left. Are you guys ready?
Let's get this over with.
Nope.
It does build a little bit afterwards.
I can't tell if it's this or if it's the bomb from before. Nope, my mouth burns a little bit more. No, it's this one.
There's a little bit of a cumulative effect as we work your way up. Everything just kind of builds off of the other one, so it's hard to tell at the very end exactly
fine.
where we're at.
Glasses are fogging up.
It's
You got
fine.
the
I
steamy
can't
glasses.
see, but that's not important right now.
As long as you don't grab the bomb.
Next question, and this one again is a question for both of you. In your respective core leadership experiences so far, Ibby in the year and a half that you've been doing it, and Micah in about the half year that you've been on with us, what is a highlight and a low light of your experiences so far?
Well, one of the things, I guess, even before I, officially joined Core, we did, in fact, TP Dale's office while he was away. And, I don't know, that was a good memory, just a fun thing that we did to mess with Dale. And I feel like that's really why we're here. No, No, but in all reality, we have like a really good work relationship here, and that's been a really nice highlight for me.
Well, mine was going to be the same as mine because that was such a fun time. Honestly, it's kind of going off of that is just about any time when, like, as a staff, we're just doing something together. Like, planning stuff for the Dream Teamers is, like, kind of, like, I don't know. It's really cool. And then meetings before and after, kind of talking, telling stories, playing games. It's really cool.
Very good. And with that, we are on to the last wing. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is tradition around here on the last wing to put a little bit extra on it with it. It's called the last dab. You don't have to if you don't want to. You don't have to if you don't want to. But just a little bit of extra to go with the last bite. Your choice.
Ladies first.
You know what? I've gone this far.
This far with no milk, no nothing. I was half
I think-
expecting to have to break out the ice cream at this point, so.
Mouth
You guys
is
are crushing
still
it.
functioning, and I can talk. So
A little tap, respectable. It's good. And we got Ibby is in the splash zone as Micah embraces
other
this.
side.
All right, the last dab. Here we go. And now, here at the end of the challenge of the Wings of Death, as you have billions of Scoville units coursing through your mouths and your veins, sweat coming out of places that you didn't know could sweat before, I have one last, largest challenge for both of you. You worked on this fairly recently. With this happening, with your mouths on fire and your brains malfunctioning, you can work together, tell the people what YFC is and what they do.
Christ.
Oh,
Are we doing the same time?
Oh yeah, you
No,
guys,
let's
it's a collaborative experience. You guys can work together, correct
Let's
each
go
other
at
as
the
you
same
need to.
time.
Okay.
You go first.
Wait.
But just go sentence at a time. That just seems to work better.
Go first. I had the second sentence better.
YFC reaches young people everywhere.
Partnering with the local church and other like-minded partners.
To raise up lifelong supporters of Christ,
Leading with
who lead by their godliness and
There it is.
lifestyle.
There you go.
leading by their godliness and lifestyles. Lifestyles.
Devotion to the Word of God and
That's the
prayer.
next one? I thought there was one before that.
I believe
Nope.
that's the next one.
That's the next one.
Oh, okay. And compassion for sharing, or not compassion. Passion for sharing the love of Christ.
And commitment to social involvement.
Bravo, both of you. You've taken on the Wings of Death and won. This is normally the part where we look at each of the cameras and you tell the people what's going on, but you've already done it with the announcements. Thank you guys so much for bearing through this. And yeah, congratulations.
I hurt.